I want to talk about the moment you realize your life doesn't fit you anymore. For most men, it happens at 3 a.m. The house is quiet, just like mine is right now. Your wife is asleep, kids are safe, the bills are paid, and on paper, you have everything you were supposed to build. But you're staring at the ceiling, wide awake, and you feel a vibration in your chest. Panic, a low level hum of anxiety that never goes away. And you ask yourself, is this it? Is this the rest of my life? Then the guilt hits. You think, man, I should be grateful, but why am I miserable? So you shut it down. You go to work, you fake the smile, but you know something is wrong. You feel like a building that is structurally unsound. You're waiting for the crack to turn into a collapse. And when that collapse happens, the world calls it a midlife crisis. They tell you to buy a sports car or go to therapy, but they're wrong because you aren't having a crisis. You're experiencing a system failure. Your soul is rejecting the life your ego has built. And today, we're going to talk about why your house is burning and why you should let it burn. Let's stop using the word crisis, though, because crisis implies something random happened to you. A system failure implies that the machine was built wrong from the start. I've found that most men build their lives on three things: performance, I am what I earn; validation, I am what people think of me; and comfort, I just want to be safe. This works when you're 25. It fuels you. But by 35 or 45, these foundations turn into sand. If your identity is built on performance, what happens when you lose the job? You cease to exist. If your identity is built on validation, what happens when your wife is unhappy? You crumble. You're driving a car that's run out of gas and you're pushing it uphill with sheer willpower. That exhaustion you feel, that isn't depression. That's your engine seizing up. You can't fix this with a vacation. You can't fix this with a balanced diet because you have a design problem. I want to run a scenario to show you exactly what system failure can look like. I call this one the driveway freeze. So here's the scenario. It's Tuesday night. You just drove home from work. You pull into the driveway or your garage. You turn off the engine and you just sit there. Your hands are on the wheel and you're staring at your garage door. You know you should go inside because your family's in there and dinner's ready. But you physically can't make your hand open the door handle. Your heart rate spikes. Your breathing gets shallow. But why? Because your body knows that once you walk through that door, you have to put the mask back on. You have to perform happy dad and good husband. And you were just too exhausted to act anymore. And most men will sit there for 10 minutes, do scroll on their phone to numb out, then take a deep breath, put the fake smile on, and then walk inside. But frankly, that's poison. Because every time you fake that smile, you widen the gap between who you are and who you pretend to be. So if you find yourself actually in this situation, next time you're stuck in that driveway, don't numb out. The first thing I want you to do is actually grip the wheel, squeeze it as hard as you can for 10 seconds, and literally create physical tension. Then I want you to exhale. Release the tension and exhale for 8 seconds. And the most important thing is to say the truth out loud. I am exhausted, but I am here. Don't walk in wearing a mask. Walk in as a man who is tired but present. So stop performing and just start being. Now, if the house is built on sand, what do you do? Most men will try to renovate. You try to fix the marriage by doing more chores, or you try to fix the burnout by changing jobs. You're trying to patch the drywall while the foundation is sliding into the ocean. But you can't renovate a life that is fundamentally broken. You have to burn it down. Now, please listen to me carefully. I am not telling you to divorce your wife. I am not telling you to quit your job and abandon your kids. I am telling you to burn down the fake self. The nice guy who avoids conflict, he has to go. The performer who needs everyone to like him, he has to go. The victim who blames his past, he has to go. You have to look at your life and say, this structure is condemned. I am tearing it down to the studs. This is what I call resurrection. You can't have a resurrection without a death. You have to kill the boy to bring to life the man. Now let's look at a second system of system failure. And for those of you watching this, this is probably where most of you are losing the war. This is what I call the Friday slide. It's Friday, 5 o'clock. The work week is over. You held it together all week. You ate the meal prep, you did the work, but now the pressure's off. And your brain says, I deserve a reward. I deserve a drink. I deserve to check out. So you stop at the liquor store, you order the pizza, you turn on the TV. And you think you're just relaxing, but you're not. You're numbing. You're drinking to turn off the noise in your head because you hate the silence. If you have to numb yourself to survive your life, you don't have a life. You're in a cage. And when that voice says, I deserve a break, recognize it as a lie. You don't need a break. You need a win. This Friday, do the opposite. Commit to zero alcohol. Prove that you don't need the chemical. Don't just sit on the couch. Go to the gym. Go for a run. Excuse me. Go for a run. Do a cold plunge. And then the hardest part is sit in the silence for just 10 minutes and ask yourself, what am I trying to escape from? And that answer is where your work begins. So if we've burnt the old house down, what do we build in its place? We build something fireproof. And we build that on 3 pillars. First, physical toughness. You can't have a strong mind and a soft body. If you are inflamed, weak, and tired, you can't lead a family. We start in the gym because the iron doesn't lie. And when you can trust your body, you can trust yourself. Pillar 2, radical truth. You stop lying. Stop lying about how much you drink. Stop lying about how fine you are. Stop lying to your wife to keep the peace. The truth hurts, but lies kill. And a man of value speaks the truth even when his voice shakes. And pillar 3 is spiritual authority. You need a code. For me, that's Christ. It's the understanding that I answer to a higher power. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. You need to know who you are when nobody is watching. Now, before I wrap this up, I want you to do one thing tonight. It's the mirror test. When you're brushing your teeth, look yourself in the eyes. Not the quick glance, but look into your own pupils for 10 seconds. It will be uncomfortable. You'll want to look away, but don't. And ask yourself, do I trust this man? If the answer is no, if you know that that man breaks his promises, if you know that man is acting, then you are in system failure. And then you have a choice. You can keep patching the cracks and wait for the collapse, or you can make the brave choice. I help men rebuild from the ground up. We stop the bleeding. We fix the body. We forge a new identity. And we do it in 90 days. It is the hardest work you will ever do. But if you are ready to stop surviving and start leading, click the link below. Download the First 48 protocol. It's totally free. It will stop the spinning. Then go apply for the 90-day resurrection. Don't wait for the roof to fall on your head. Let's build something fireproof. I am Acusio Bivona, and I'll see you in the arena.